session because some people might not be able to attend. So today we are actually going to start programming. Very exciting. I know you've all been waiting with bated breath. But before we do that, we're going to do more breakout room time. Woo! All right, so we're going to do that, our breakout room activity session time thing. So we're going to do this discussion with our own definition for interactive. What do you think interactive means? So come up with your own definition for interactive, and then we'll break into breakout rooms. So about 10:46, I'll break us into breakout rooms. All right, we all have a definition. All right. Boom, breakout rooms are available. Hello, Tim. We are talking about the word interactive. So I'm just going to throw you into a breakout room. And
all right. My Wi-Fi was acting up, so I joined, but then it like kicked me out.
No worries. All right, I'm just going to throw you into a breakout room, and then we'll come together in a minute or two.
Okay.
Mr. Mack, I'm having difficulties like hearing people. Can I leave and then rejoin?
Absolutely, yeah. Welcome back. Is the audio better now?
It's about the same, but if I turn it up really loudly, then it works. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we are all back now from our breakout rooms. Let's do our room by room breakdown then. All right, room 1, what was your definition for interactive? Emma, Grant, Raj, Scott, or Tim?
Interactive is like people or things having influence or an effect on one another.
All right, I like that. How about room 2? Alex, Charlie, Demetrius, or Kevin?
We said that it's basically just communication between two or more things.
All right, communication between two or more things. Room number 3.
We said two things like affecting each other, collaborating.
Affecting each other, yeah. Room 4. Michael, Navia, Neil, or Ria?
We said that if something is interactive, it engages with the user and it allows the user to do the same back.
All right, engagement in both directions. Room number 5.
We said that it's like things having an influence over each other.
Things influencing one another, yep. And then room 6.
We said it's communication between a client and a server of any kind.
All right. Very good definitions, everyone. Thank you very much. Yeah, those are all very, very wonderful definitions. We all had that same element of two things communicating with one another and interfacing in some way. So what kinds of programs do we use that are interactive? Just shout out answer at this point.
Google.
Say that again.
Google.
Mumu?
Google.
Goom.
Video games.
Video games. Yes, those video games are absolutely interactive.
Facebook.
Facebook is interactive.
Twitter, Instagram, they say any form of social media.
Social media absolutely is interactive. What other kinds of programs are interactive? Can we think of any programs that wouldn't be interactive?
Watching a movie.
Watching a movie, sure, yep.
Using a calculator.
Using a calculator, okay. Korea, China, and Russia are not really programs, those are countries. I see, Sam, you're saying Google, thank you. Google absolutely is interactive, yes. The nuclear program in Russia, I think it's a slightly different type of program than the one we're talking about. But good effort, I suppose. All right, and then last question, what kinds of programs do we use that display messages? And are these different from the ones that are interactive? Zoom displays messages, yeah. Amber alerts do display a message, absolutely. Traffic lights display a message, absolutely. Russia is still not a program. I admire your dedication. Would any of those social medias that we discussed before, iMessage is displays messages. Does social media display messages to us? Absolutely. So basically all of these programs that we talked about that were interactive also display messages. So why do we think it's important for computer programs to be able to display information to users? We need to know what's happening, yeah. And we need to know if something is wrong, correct? Just generally to be informed, absolutely. Back on the Russian missiles, but if Russia launches the missiles, we will know, sure. All right, so it's to make sure that the users have information that the program is trying to convey to them, so that we are informed about what's happening in the program or in the world around us. So before we actually write any code, I'm gonna give you guys a brief intro on the CodeHS programming interface if you are not already familiar with it. If you are, have a refresher. So here's what an assignment will look like. Right in the middle, we have our text editor. This is where you'll actually type in code to create your programs. Sometimes it will already have text in there. Sometimes it will not. It really depends. Over on the right, this is our output console. This is where any textual output from your program will be placed when you run your program. At this top area, you can see there's a few different tabs. I'm going to point out the important ones. The assignment tab. Anytime you open up an assignment, there will be some pop-up telling you what the assignment is. You can also click on the assignment tab to see what you're actually supposed to do for the assignment. And I like the assignment tab because you can see it and your code at the same time. If you open up the overlay every single time, you can't write code while you're looking at the assignment. So I like having the tab open so I can actually see what I'm supposed to be doing. The test cases are going to show you the criteria that the auto grader is looking for you to be able to submit the assignment. And it can be helpful in figuring out what changes you need to make to your program to actually allow it to be submitted. Sometimes the auto grader could be very finicky, and there are very minor changes that you need to make. These gap-darred lights. Over on the left side, we have our quick reference. That's the little map looking thing. That gray button will let you reopen the assignment overlay. And then the quick docs area has quick pointers on any tasks you're going to need to accomplish for your assignment. The auto grader is the best part of CodeHS. Arguably yes, arguably no. It makes my job much easier, but it also is sometimes very, very finicky. So, all right, our next piece is the file browser. That allows you to navigate the files currently being accessed in the text editor. For most of what we're going to be working with, we're only going to have one file, but you can see what the file is named if you want. And there we go. There's our very brief intro to our coding interface. Feel free to explore while you are working on programming assignments. All right, actual programming. We can make our programs put text into the output console by using the print function. We're going to be using Python for our intro to programming for this class. So if you've already done Python, this will be a nice little refresher. If you want to print out specific text, you need to have quotation marks around it. Either single quotes or apostrophes or double quotes will work for this. So if I wanted to print the words hello world, I would say print, parentheses, hello world inside the parentheses, inside quotes. Each time I use that print function, I'm going to have a new line at the end. So if I have multiple prints in a row, each thing will be printed on its own line. So if I print hello world and then I print how it do, my output will look like this. I'll have two separate lines of output. All right, that is our very simple lesson for today. We're just talking about printing. Any questions about the very simple thing we talked about today? Perfect. All right, I will stop sharing. I will